Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Brittany and I go through the tools and systems marketed to photographers. And then together, we break them down to see what works and what might be a waste of your time. If that sounds helpful, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Today, I'm checking out Zno Cloud, specifically Zno Gallery, which is a system for proofing, delivering, and selling photos to clients. It is worth noting that this video is being sponsored by Zno Cloud, but regardless of sponsorship, I review everything the same way. If something's getting in the way of my user experience, you're going to hear about it in the same way you would if something was enhancing my experience. Zno Cloud is a particularly interesting service because not only do they offer gallery services, they have an entire ecosystem with a website builder, a studio manager, and an in-house print lab that's been serving photographers for over 10 years now. Plus, the fact that they have that in-house lab gives them the ability to collect 0% commission fees, even from their free tier users. That 0% commission for free users was something I immediately zeroed in on as being a real standout of the system. Not only have they been at it for a while with a high standard for their products, but it also means photographers can test this gallery service out for free, and they also don't have to worry about losing any percentage of income if a client purchases prints before they've decided to commit to any sort of paid plan. But we can't just focus on what they offer. There's also got to be functionality to this system that improves workflows, which is why we're going to be going on a full user journey of the gallery system. From login to send off, we'll be moving through the Estore and gallery to figure out what it does well and where there might be some pain points. I'll also be checking out our completed gallery from the client's point of view to see how everything looks and works for them. The first thing we encounter with this system is the introductory workspace, which puts us right into the gallery creation area. Since this is our first login, we naturally don't have anything going on, making the prompting for creation front and center. There's also a tutorial button in a couple places on first login that gives us video walkthroughs specifically for creating a gallery. It's simple, clean, and there's really not much to fuss over. Off to the left, we have our side panel where we can navigate to our different system tools. Again, it's visually very easy to take in all the different zones of Zno. And since I find that getting the shop settings completed first makes the gallery setup flow that much better, I'm going to head to the Estore tab and get that ball rolling. The thing I noticed very quickly about all areas of Zno is that it's got an excellent cohesive and minimalistic vibe to it. There's no extra fluff that makes any one area feel cluttered or confusing, but it also doesn't feel empty. With the Estore, we have all of our shop navigation at the top, and the flow from left to right is very natural. Also, if we need some guidance at any point, the tutorial link items are now specific for our Estore. Tailoring the tutorials based on the zone we're in is such a cool touch. It's minor in the grand scheme of things, but still cool. We're not sifting through information we've already seen or that's meant for a totally different part of the system. What we need at this moment is all right here, and I hope they keep this strategy as they continue building out their system. Moving through adding a price sheet, if we do auto fulfillment, our lab option is Zno, which makes sense for that 0% commission perk. If we were to choose to self-fulfill, then there are some item presets for different labs, or we can go fully custom if we use a different lab entirely from this list. Since I spent many years self-fulfilling print orders and am now very much on team autofulfill, I'm sticking with the Zno lab option. There's a lot of available products through their lab, and if we want to add custom products, we absolutely can. The system just gives us a clear heads up that those custom items would need to be self-fulfilled. One thing I would love to see added to this product list view is a universal bulk markup. At the moment, we have to click into each individual product, and within that area, there's the ability to do bulk markup. But I think having a button right on the main screen where I can apply whatever percentage markup I want across all the products, and then go into individual products to fine tune as needed, would be a nice boost for efficiency. After making all our product decisions, adding a little coupon, and updating any settings, our main price sheet is done. And while I do want to make this my default price sheet, the only option I seem to have from the price sheet area is to assign it to specific galleries. So we'll hold off on assigning because there may be some gallery presetting available that will allow us to set this as our default a little later. Jumping into the gallery area, after entering in some quick info, we are ready to upload. And we have a few pre-uploaded options like watermarking, AI pre-processing, and retouching, with certain presets being available depending on the session type we choose. Or we can always make our own. I feel like there's an entire world within this retouch feature that I could easily spend a lot of time exploring, so I'm not going to fully play with it today, but it's definitely on my list for a future revisit. One thing I do want to note while the images are uploading is that we can't minimize the uploader and keep working in the same window. We can open a new tab if we want to keep building things out, but personally, I enjoy having everything happen in the same view rather than tabbing around. So I'm gonna let the uploader finish doing its thing, which for me took about 1.5 minutes for my 50 images. But that is all dependent on your internet speed, so timings may vary. Organization-wise, we can add different sets or folders for our images to be uploaded into, and we can also organize our uploaded images into their own sets after the fact. There's also the ability to upload video and create a slideshow with music that will appear within the gallery. Just some extra goodies for the client that make the gallery feel that much more impactful. With all our images uploaded in their proper folders and a cute little slideshow created, I can start working on my favorite part of any system, designing. I really like the amount of design decisions that Zno Gallery has. It's a true Goldilocks situation. We have just the right amount of options to work with that will highlight our images effectively and make our clients feel special and taken care of. For me, I like a clean and modern look, so all my picks are going to be based around that vibe. We also have all our gallery settings, which takes care of the technical stuff, including passwords, download sizes. There's a really cool AI face search feature we can switch on, and assigning our Estore price sheet. I still don't see a way to create a preset from these settings we just finalized, but I do remember seeing a preset tab in the gallery main page. So after we finish up with this gallery, we'll do a little detour to that spot. With our last setting set, we are ready to send this dude off to our client. We have a few options for sending. We can either send a message from the system, get a share link, or send a QR code. The system gives us full input control over our message to the client. There's no placeholder text, which I actually prefer because I have my own templates that I can copy, paste, and directly save in the system for future use. We also get a nice little preview of the message, and if we set a pin in the gallery settings area, we can check that off so our client will have that information right in their inbox. Okay, circling back to creating gallery presets, because it's something we'll definitely want to do so we aren't having to spend time going through all the settings every time we make a gallery. In the gallery settings area, there's a collection preset tab, which is where we can build some templates for whatever session type we're uploading. All the settings from design to the store are available for us to adjust. And something I really enjoy is the fact that Zno has the capability of saving subfolders to the gallery presets. It may seem like small potatoes, but being able to make a wedding specific preset that has all my organizational folders included is really cool. And while Zno Gallery isn't the only gallery system that allows for this kind of subfolder saving, they are one of the few that makes it a prominent and clearly explained setting so we actually know it's there and what it does. That kind of thoughtfulness in the UI goes a long way for me. I personally would just make sure that before you build your first gallery, that you've set up your gallery presets first. Now we are ready to see what this looks like from the client side. We already got a little gallery preview from the settings and know the appearance is pretty fabulous. But jumping in as the client, we get a taste of the functionality, which is just as strong as the appearance. There's a clean top bar nav with our folders and easy access to all the options we opted for in our gallery settings, like shopping, sharing, and downloading. If we've made a slideshow, it'll appear right at the top for the client to see and download. There's also some light proofing capabilities with favoriting and commenting, which if our client does leave a little note, we, the photographer, do get a notification on the back end and can keep track of whatever thoughts our client wants to share. Also, I realized a little late that I switched on the AI face feature for a gallery that has no faces in it. So I've quickly made a second gallery that does have many faces in it because I was really interested in checking out how this works. And it's pretty awesome, especially for galleries with a lot of different people in it, like weddings, conferences, or even sports. It acts as a quick way to sort through images and find exactly who you're looking for. Occasionally, if someone is posing in a way that obscures or changes their face, the system will show them in the face results twice, but that's a pretty standard quirk for any AI facial tool. Back in our main gallery, one of the major things I'm very interested in is how the shop functions since Zno Cloud began as an in-house lab. At first, when I hit the product page for an item, I assumed that this was the ordering screen, but after picking the size and print surface, the button at the bottom wasn't add to cart like I assumed it would be, it was make print, which was extra intriguing actually. This make screen is essentially where the user can decide on cropping, adding more prints, changing sizes, and depending on the product chosen, view their item in a room. I like this make screen a lot. I find it really handy, incredibly organized, and very easy to get the hang of. If there was a way to get the product descriptions within this make area, I feel like Zno could completely drop the screen that comes prior, allowing users to start making even quicker. Overall, I'm really impressed with Zno Gallery. The interface on the back end is clean, well organized, and puts the right amount of control into the photographer's hands. The final galleries have a polished and professional appearance that any client would be happy to receive and navigate through. And I'm still seriously not over the fact that they do zero commission for all users, including those just trialing the system. That's not something they have to do, they just do it, which is pretty rare. Are there a couple areas where my workflow loses a little momentum? Yes, but it's nothing that blocks me from making progress or leaves me feeling frustrated. There's room to grow, and from what I've seen with their system already, they're focused on being user-friendly and improving workflows for whatever stage of business you're in. Again, Zno Cloud is an entire ecosystem, and I'm excited to dive into the rest of their offerings in the future. But for now, if there's still some things you're curious about with the Zno Gallery system, please feel free to use this video as a roadmap so you can jump in and know exactly the places you want to explore more of. They do have that always free tier, so take your time, have fun, and if you decide you want to upgrade your gallery, I do have a 40% off code for their annual plans that I'll also list in the description. And as always, please let me know how your time with the system goes in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning in for this look at the gallery portion of the Zno ecosystem. If you want to see more photo systems and products, let me know by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and hitting that little bell so you don't miss my next tech dive. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one.